guys, Melanie here, creator of Printable Art Selling Machine course. In this video, I'm going to share a clip with you from my course all about copyright for artists when you're selling digital art online. Now, the word copyright can often make artists feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm hoping in this video, as I break down what copyright is, as well as the pros and cons of copyright, that it'll really kind of ease some of your fears or concerns. Now, one of the number one concerns that people have when it comes to selling digital art, or printable art in this case, is the whole idea that how do we really protect ourselves as artists, and what if somebody, takes our art in some way and uses it for something that they're not allowed to use it for. So that's really why I wanted to take a sec and create this video for this course, just to kind of cover our bases so that you know kind of what to expect and how to really protect yourself. So first of all, what is copyright? The word copyright refers to an intellectual property law where you can actually copy and sell your own artwork. You can create copies, you can create derivatives of your art, you can have it published, say in magazines or books, you can have it sold over retail or wholesale chains. You can also license your artwork to other brands, for example, maybe Target or IKEA or another maybe household or home decor store that may want to bring your artwork in and maybe put it on pillows or on, blankets or wall decals, for example. So there's a lot of different things you can do with your own artwork. Now, copyright truly begins from the moment you actually pick up the pen or the pencil off the page, so to speak. Or even if you're creating something digitally on your computer, from the moment that you're complete making your art, technically it is yours. It actually belongs to you by law. Now, the challenge, however, is that if for any reason you find yourself in a situation where you feel like somebody has maybe used your artwork without permission or sold something with your artwork on it without your permission, and you say want to challenge them, in the court of law, you and we would have to actually prove to a judge that that art piece is your own. So it's a bit of a challenge and kind of a gray area. You'd have to then go back and show proof that you were the one who created that. So some people say it's important to say date your artwork. Obviously within digital files, there is a digital date that happens inside the actual file. So as you're saving your art file, so that's the kind of benefit of creating things on a digital platform or on a computer. However, what do you do if, for example, you create your art on a sketch pad or on a canvas? How do you really prove that that artwork is your own? And this is one of the challenges of these kind of gray areas when it comes to being an artist. Some people have believed in this old school thought that you can kind of do what's called like a poor man's copyright, where you just mail yourself your artwork and you have the stamp that is actually dated. However, in the court of law, that does not actually hold up to be true, unfortunately. And one of the reasons why a lot of artists shy away from copyright is because of the costs that are involved. So let me just go into, let's say you wanted to even look into copywriting your artwork formally, so that it actually has a copyright that you could then use in a courtroom, for example. I know this is kind of intense, but it's something to be considered. Now, in the United States, to copyright a piece of artwork right now, it costs about $35. So you would go to the Library of Congress and you would file a copyright for each art piece. Now, the alternative is you could also copyright an entire collection, as long as that collection is all kind of unified in its overall concept, as well as if it is created within 1 year of each other. So in that case, it's really about creating more artwork within a shorter period of time that would be of benefit to you. So then, as far as I have researched, it looks as though you can actually apply for a collection to be copyrighted for the same $35 in America. Now, in this case, as a copywriter or the artist who is formally doing so, you would be named as the author. Now, I know it sounds funny because we're not writing necessarily, we're not, creating books, but in the language of copyright, the creator is called the author. Okay. Now, the other thing to note is, say you live in Canada, the copyright pricing is a little bit more in Canadian dollars, which kind of makes sense because of the conversion rate. And for a copyright in Canada, it appears to be $50. Okay. However, it really now depends on where you live. So I would look into the Library of Congress in your own local region. So say in your own province or your own state. If you're in a different country, you want to make sure that you can find your own pricing. So these are just general prices for North America. However, in different parts of the world, the pricing is going to change. So let's now go over the pros and cons of setting up official copyright for your artwork. One of the number one pros is that if you were ever in a situation where you were in a legal battle, say with a company who used your artwork without your permission, and you needed to actually go to court to fight them, what you would have to do is you would have to prove and show your formal copyright of your artwork to an actual judge. Now, if you did not have a copyright, you could still potentially sue the person for the profits. Like say, for example, somebody took your artwork and they put it on t-shirts, and then they sold those t-shirts out on their website. And let's say they made $5,000 worth of sales. You could technically sue this person for the $5,000, and you could win based on proving that the artwork is your own. Now that would be without a copyright formally done. However, if you did have a formal copyright in hand, then what would happen is you would also be eligible for other damages, what they call. So for example, punitive damages, in other words, time off work, the stress, legal fees, all the other expenses that come up when it comes to going to court. And this is really what makes a difference, I find, between artists who are, able to pursue these type of legal actions. And in most cases, I find artists just kind of give up because not most of us have, thousands and thousands of dollars to pay a legal team or a lawyer to go and fight on our behalf. So in this case, doing a formal copyright could be of benefit because you would not only be eligible for the profits of what this person sold, but you would also be benefit to the punitive damages and legal fees. So let's say the profits was $5,000 and the other damages as well as legal fees were another, let's say $20,000. Then you could be eligible for the full $25,000 rather than just the $5,000. So in this case, that could be something to be considering. The second reason that could be a pro for formal copyright is peace of mind. Some artists just genuinely would rather go the peace of mind route where they're not wanting to take the risk. And that is completely up to you. It's a very personal decision. And it is something that you would have to consider on your own and within your own kind of practice. I hope that video really helped you. And if you want to learn more about copyright and digitizing your art for sale as a printable online, I encourage you to check out the Printable Art Selling Machine course. There's a link below. I also encourage you to like this video, subscribe, and to comment below if you want more videos like this one.